One of the things that makes a really good video game out of a movie, rather than a movie out of a video game, to me, is not being beholden to the movie story, telling a different story. It's one of the reasons that Batman Arkham Asylum was so good to me, was that it, like the first Arkham game, because it didn't go by any story that was already existing. They wrote, like you said, they wrote a really good story to tell that borrowed heavily from a lot of the comics and a lot of the TV shows and things like that, but it was its own thing at its core. And Mad Max, to another degree, it borrowed a ton of stuff from Fury Road, and it borrowed a ton of stuff from the Mad Max universe, but at its core, it's its own story. And it's not trying to tell you something that was already a movie. And then you get really terrible movie games, which are literally just trying to recreate scene for scene the movie that they came from. So does a video game movie need to do a similar thing? Do they need to say, okay, we'll borrow from the video game plot, but we're just going to make our own story?
I totally think they should be their own thing. Two mediums don't translate into one another like effortlessly. You don't cram like a BioShock 10, 20, I don't know how many hours it was, story into 2 hours like easily and keep all the same characters and all the same beats and visually, the same path through Rapture.
And just characterization, what makes a good character doesn't work the same way it does in movies and games. It works differently.